name is Emma, and today I'll be reading you Felicity, Floo Visits the Zoo by E.S. Redmond. But before we start, we have some ground rules, okay? So I will be asking some questions and imitating some animals throughout the book. And you must raise your hand to answer my questions or tell me what animal that is, okay? So you have to raise your hand and wait for me to call on you. So here's an example. Does anyone know what a zoo is? You.
Me?
Yes.
It's a place where they have lots of habitats that have animals in it.
Good job. So, Felicity Floo Visits the Zoo by E.S. Redmond.
The title rhymes.
All of the animals down at the zoo are snuffling and snorting and seizing. Achoo! The lions won't roar and the tigers just mew. Roar! Does anyone know what animal sound that is? Young man in the red shirt.
Lions. Lions and tigers.
Good job. The hyenas aren't laughing. They're crying. Boo-hoo!
I know.
You must raise your hand. The zookeeper honestly hasn't a clue why all of the animals have a green hue. Their temperatures soared past 102, and they're sluggish and sleepy and slightly subdued. Based on the picture, does anyone know what subdued means?
Oh, no, we do not.
Oh, well, look at them. What do they look like? They look sad and gray shirt.
Sick.
Good job. Now, what is this animal sound? Young man in a green shirt. I mean a gray shirt.
A snake.
Good job. Let me tell you how all of this trouble ensued. Does anyone know what ensued means? It's a hard word. No? Ensued means like started. So if I say, how did this trouble ensue? It means, how did this trouble start? Do you guys understand?
Yeah.
You understand what the word means? Good job.
I know what's gonna happen. What the
Okay.
trouble is.
It started one day with a trip to the zoo when a pale, sniffly girl named Felicity Floo wiped her red, runny nose without a tissue.
Cute.
Raise your hand, okay? Her fingers were sticky with green, globby goo. When she reached out her hand to pet the emu, she left behind handprints of green residue on the llamas and lizards and ostriches too. What's wrong with this picture? She's with the animals. What else is wrong with the picture? Anyone? Yes?
She has stuff on her hand.
Good. Anyone else? Yes?
Me?
Yes.
The handprints.
Good. Anyone else notice anything?
The handprints are made of no slime.
Good. First of all, she's not supposed to be in here with all the animals.
No.
And how would she pet the lizard? Wouldn't the lizard run away?
Yeah.
And on the giraffe and the red kangaroo. And on every monkey and elephant too. If you think that was bad, well, she wasn't quite through. She left tiny green handprints all over the zoo and on the peacocks and pink cockatoos.
Not the peacocks.
Oh, and the penguins.
Raise your hands. On flamingos and toucans and owls at Floo, on a blue-footed booby and a rare jibberoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. What animal is that? In the back.
Owl.
Good job. She petted the panda who hid in bamboo. And both mountain goats from the hills of Peru.
Oh, on the nose of his hand.
She startled the zebra by obscuring his view. Does anyone know what obscuring is? Yes?
Blocking his view.
Good job. That was a hard word.
Not for me.
When she covered his eyes and then said,
Someone that
"Guess who?" When the clock by the exit read 2:15, Felicity felt she was finally through. The zookeeper smiled when she stippled, "Thank you," not knowing she'd caused such a hullabaloo. That's how it happened. Every word of it's true. Her cold got so big, they named it the Floo. You may not believe me, but if I were you, I think I'd go bowling, not to the zoo. So the reason why the zoo spread so far around is because she wiped her nose with her hands and everything. So if you are sick like Felicity, what should you do to not spread it around?
don't touch the animal.
Please raise your hand. And glasses?
We're going to switch here. So
The
we'll do
zoo?
next step.
Close. She should not wipe her hands with. She should not wipe her nose with her hands and use a tissue instead.
Oh.
Good job.
Come on, guys. Yeah, it is.
Yay.
Find a nice comfortable spot. I'm going to close the store.